All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Speaking of Zane. We took last week off, got sick, actually, had a little stomach virus right on the heels of Thanksgiving. So I just was not up to it last Sunday night, but I am here this week, December the 3rd, and we are at our 261st edition of Speaking of Zane. We started all the way back August the 5th of 2018 was the first edition on a Sunday night from here in Georgia. But good to have you all in here. Let's see who we've got. Steve Shirley up in Papillion. Got my dad in Fitzgerald. Colin Krim over in Albuquerque. Got some Facebook users. I can't always tell what it shows up on my chat as Facebook user, and it all depends on which stream that you're watching, I believe. If you're watching on Guy McDonald or if you're watching on Speaking of Zane. Some people watch on YouTube, but I can't always tell. It just says Facebook user. There's something about the connection between who the individual is, depending on the avenue that you come in. And I haven't quite cracked the code on that, but good to have you all in here nonetheless on a Sunday night, December the 3rd. We are in December. Happens every year, about the 12th month of the year. So I don't know why we're always surprised when it's here, but we are. But had a good Thanksgiving. Of course, Lori is in London, but Jackson, Hannah, and their families are here. And Charlotte flew in for a few days from Chicago. And we had a good time. I cooked a turkey and a ham, and they cooked all the other stuff. And we had a really good time. But let's see. So I mentioned last week, speaking of holidays, coming up on Christmas, thanks to the generosity of an organization called Genuine Human, which is founded by my friend Amanda Duggar, Tyler's kids' Christmas is taken care of. In fact, their Christmas is taken care of for quite some number of years. And I sure appreciate everybody who contributed to that. And chatted with Raina, Tyler's kids' mother today, and she was just really blown away by the generosity. And so Lori and I hope to get down to Savannah sometime in January, or maybe not January, whenever Lori gets back. Right when Lori gets back, we're going to go down there to Savannah, where they live. Spent some time with them. Our little granddaughter Zane, Tyler's oldest, is about to have a birthday. She's going to be 7, and what was I going to say about that? Oh, we have a lot of birthdays in November, December, and Zane happens to be one of them. She's an adorable little 7-year-old girl, almost 7. Well, let's see. Yeah, I might have had some bad yams, that's for sure. But yeah, it took me out for a little bit there. It just wasn't. It was really Saturday night into Sunday. I just couldn't get my act together on Sunday, so that's why we didn't have Speaking of Zane last week. But I was well on Monday. I felt like a new man on Monday, which was a good thing because I had to travel. I had to go out of town, and I went to St. Louis Monday late afternoon, mid-afternoon, and spent most of the week there. Got there on Monday afternoon and got home late Thursday evening. So I spent 3 full days there. Had a good visit. There, always do. Had a good visit there. That's That's our corporate headquarters, so that's where the hub of everything happens, and, I had the opportunity to spend some time with, some of my colleagues, doing a little bit of planning for next year, and, got to spend a good bit of the day Thursday with some students, some young adult students that are all becoming technologists, and, got to tell them about the company and have lunch with them, interact a little bit, and, that's always fun, and, got home, I guess I got home late Thursday night, and I was up very early on Friday because my team in London has a weekly wrap up meeting, all of the students anyway, at 5 in the morning Eastern, 5 Eastern, 10 o'clock for them, 10 a.m. for them, but 5 a.m. for me. So I got up, I got up and spent an hour with them Friday morning. So I didn't get much sleep. But there's my friend Doc Collier. I got to spend some time with Justin in St. Louis this week. Thank you for carving out some time there, Doc. Had a really good time hanging out with him for a few hours. He lived in Nashville. It just happened to be that we were in St. Louis at the same time, and always good to see you, Doc. We'll talk to you later. Let's see. So yeah, so did that on Friday, and then had a pretty long day on Friday, and here we are. Anybody watch any football yesterday? Oh boy, I don't really have a dog in the fight, so to speak. I'm not really a Georgia fan. I mean, I watch them, but I'm not. I don't have an allegiance really to any any college team. I like college football, but I did pick the four that the committee came up with are the ones I picked. Not that I like it, um, but hard to deny Michigan and Washington. Then it was a matter of Georgia, Bama, Texas, FSU. FSU undefeated and didn't get in, and I don't blame I don't blame them for being upset. But I think Georgia's better than FSU. Um, number one going into yesterday, and but Bama beat the number one. So to me, if you beat the number one, and that's and you only had one other loss, then I don't know. It's tough. Maybe next year, the way they describe next year will be more fair, I guess. I don't know if fair is the right word, but anyway, whew, tough, man. Very tough. All right. Well, let's see. I am home for a couple of weeks, unless something drastic happens, but I am home 2 full weeks. I'm going to need that 2 full weeks because I'm trying to prepare to be out of town for about 3. So I'm going to head over to London. I think about the December 17th, something like that. I'm gonna nail it down tomorrow. I've got to. Looks like maybe the 17th, so I'll be there the week of the 18th, then the Christmas week, and then the New Year's week, and come home maybe on like the 4th or the 5th, something like that. That's my plan right now. I'm not. I'm gonna. I'm doing a little bit of work when I first get there that first week, but then those next 2 weeks, Lori and I'll just be doing stuff there. Um, Hope to visit Milden Hall. But first, before I go though, first I'm going to be doing Reach Across America. I know some of you are too. But at Georgia National Cemetery here, just north of Atlanta, on the Friday, December 15th, they allocate time for any family members that want to place on their family member's headstone. I don't know if I'll do that or not. I don't know. I'm planning to go out there on Saturday, so I don't want to go both. I mean, I don't see any reason to go both days. But anyway, I understand why they do it. But either way, I'll be there Friday and or Saturday the 16th, and then probably fly to London on Sunday. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to work that out. But a lot of folks from my work, of course, my work headquarters is in St. Louis. I think we've got about 80 people registered to go to Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery on the 16th. So, Daryl, you may see some of them out there. All right. Well, let's see. Weight loss. Well, it's hard when you travel. I don't get to eat all the meat like I do when I'm home, but I didn't gain. I haven't gained any weight, and I'm at 90 pounds lost. 90 pounds. If I could stay right there, I think I'd be happy. I'd love to get to 100, but that's 10 more pounds. Who knows? Hey, Katie, Aaron. So you guys are doing a little renovation in your house there. You have a very handy husband there, it looks like, for sure. All right, well, let's see. What else we got going here? Veteran Cemetery Challenge. We had some cemetery visits since we were last together, which is awesome. I know that Daryl, since we were last together, Daryl has visited Jefferson Barracks at least 3 times. And I think he went today because the weather was so nice in St. Louis. 50 something. Here we were in the mid 60s. I got a really nice walk in yesterday and a really nice walk in today. And about 2 miles yesterday because it was drizzling, 3 miles today. It was sunny. And my dad, I lose track of your visits to Evergreen, but I saw Sharon posted some pictures. Mom's headstone looks fabulous. So I always have you down for at least a couple visits. And then my dad was up in Memphis with my sister for Thanksgiving, and they visited Memphis National Cemetery. Dad, I don't know if I had that one on the map yet. I need to check, but it might be a new one for us. I just don't recall. I'll have to look at my map. I haven't updated my map in a little bit. Speaking of my dad has dropped 30 pounds, he says. He's been walking, and that's a good start right there. Not easy to do. And then Steve and Kathy got a new one for us. Steve, I'm pretty sure this is a new one. South Dakota Veteran Cemetery. And the reason now that I think about it, I think it is a new one because you said it's a new one. Right, Steve? Did it just open this year? I think. So South Dakota Veteran Cemetery. And I think, is that a state cemetery, Steve? I think that might be true because it didn't say South Dakota National. It said South Dakota Veteran Cemetery, which is a state run. We have 2 state veteran cemeteries in Georgia as well. I've been to both of them. One's in Milledgeville, and where's that other one, Dad? Reedsville or Glenville? Reedsville or Glenville, somewhere down there near kind of Vidalia-ish. Very good, Steve. Thank you for capturing that. So if I add up those visits, I think we had 6 over the last week. Wow, how about that? And that puts us at 1,038 visits. 1,038 visits, and I'm going to say that's to 180. We finally hit 180 different veteran cemeteries. How about that? I love it. All right. Okay, you guys going up to the Black Hills? Is that where that's at? Yeah, Black Hills. Yeah, Andersonville. Is Andersonville, is that a national cemetery? I don't remember. I have been there, of course, with you, Dad, you and Sharon. Andersonville. I can't remember if that's a national or a state, but yeah, you might be right. Over there on the west side of Georgia. All right. And I know we had quite a few thank yous over this last week. Let me tell you what I know about. I had 3 Army veterans at my headquarters that I had the opportunity to thank and interact with. And my dad had, when he was up in Memphis, had a retired Navy chief petty officer and 6 Millington police officers. How about that? And then Carl Kihas couldn't join us tonight, but he wanted to make sure that I counted 5 interactions that he had at the Kansas City Chiefs game a couple weeks ago. So he's done that several times now. So if I add all those thank yous up that I know about, that was 15 for the week. So listen, drum roll, Ken. 2,413 thank yous. So we're trying to hit 2,500 before the end of the year. I think we're gonna make it. It looks like we're gonna make it, doesn't it? 80, what do we got? 80, or is that 87 more? No, that'd be 77 more, right? I don't know. I never was good at math. But anyway, we don't have too many to go. Yeah, I guess it would be 87 because if that was, yeah, 87 more. Because if that was 2420, it'd be 80. So 87. Thank you, Facebook user, chiming in there. Yeah, 87. So that's doable. That's doable over the next 4 weeks, right? That would be 4 weeks, 20-ish per week. I think we can do it. I'm gonna have to step my game up on that because got to get to 2,500 by the end of the year. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, I forgot to mention the hat of the week. Hat of the week. Hat of the week. I'm a hat guy. It's very rare that I'm not wearing a ball cap. Sometimes I wear a ball cap at work on video, but most of the time not. But as soon as the work day's done, I usually throw a ball cap on. But anyway. Oh, hey, Daryl, you're the Phantom Facebook user. Gotcha. Um, yeah, so the hat of the week always has something to do with what's going on here at the fabulous McDonald Estate and Insane Asylum. And this week, when I was in St. Louis, I had the opportunity to go to a conference, kind of a update session at the soccer stadium. Brand new soccer stadium was just built this year. It's a brand new Major League Soccer team in St. Louis, and our company sponsor is a sponsor. One of our founders is a part owner. It's a great St. Louis story, but it's a beautiful soccer park, city park it's called, downtown. And we had our partner, it's a technology storage company called NetApp. You can see NetApp. They hosted, and me and several of my colleagues went, and they did it at the soccer park downtown. So they have a very nice meeting space in there, and then we got a nice behind the scenes tour of the soccer park. It's just fascinating. It's a beautiful place right downtown. So enjoyed that. Daryl, I don't know, have you been down there yet and seen it? You'll have to get down there sometime. So Daryl, hey, so there's an outside chance. There's an outside chance, Daryl. I'll know this week that I might come up there for the Jefferson Barracks wreath laying on Saturday. If I'm waiting on, I might do the one Friday, like I was saying here at Georgia National, fly to St. Louis just for the day, go with my colleagues on Saturday, and then fly back home, and then fly to London. So I'm waiting on a couple things that'll make it very clear whether I do that or not. But if I do, I will give you a heads up and let you know on that. If I do that, it'll be a quick hit there, but we'll see. All right, Lori is in there. It is like what is it? 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning there. So we never expect her to show up, but she keeps odd hours, and she is with us tonight. She got a chance. I did a little video call with our granddaughter Carson yesterday, so she got to talk to her Grammy. She's like, I miss my Grammy. She's my precious Grammy. And anyway, so she got a chance to chat with her yesterday. Okay, well, let's see. We about wrapped it up here. I like to call out if there's anything new going on with any of the organizations that we ever talk about or ever interact with or support. And there's a lot of them that we talk about. We do have um, the Reach Across America is the primary one. That's our next big thing coming up. Most of us serve and succeed, I think, is their sort of motto this year: serve and succeed. But anyway, that'll be fun. My company has raised, I don't know, a couple, 200 or 300 wreaths. And then we got, like I said, almost 80 people going out there at Jefferson Barracks. So kind of cool there. Um, One of the first things that I've got to do when I get back from England sometime in January is get back down to my Warriors place. Need to move some things around down there for Kelly. I'm just not going to be able to do it in December. There's some things that need to be moved from the wireless coverage at the Ruskin location. And then we're going to plan to go down and do some things at the new Punta Gorda location as well. Some cleanup and prep work. I got to coordinate all that. I'm not sure when to do that. I've got a trip to Florida in mid-February for our annual sales meeting we always have. We're doing it in Orlando this year, so I might piggyback on that, on the front or on the back of that. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm not sure if Lori's going to be back here for that or not. If she is, I'm planning to bring her down to Florida because one of my colleagues' wife wants her to come spend some time there, even if it's not then, some other time. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's about it. We had an unfortunate loss of life of some military members this past week. You may have read there we lost the Air Force lost a CB-22 Osprey, one of the tilt rotor aircraft that the Air Force Special Operations Command flies, and had 8 airmen on board. They have recovered the body of one, and they have not of the other 7. It's a terrible thing. And this was in Japan, and the airman that whose remains have been recovered. I'll share his picture here. Oh, where is it? Right there. Very sad. You know, we know combat is hazardous, dangerous, but so is training for it, especially in aviation. But you can see that's Staff Sergeant Jake Gallagher is his name. 24 years old, a father of 2. I think one of his children was just weeks old, weeks old. But Sergeant Gallagher turns out was a Chinese linguist and part of an intelligence unit that often will fly as an aircrew member on certain platforms. But he hailed from Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And yeah, there you go. His wife, Ivy, 2 sons, age 2 and just 7 weeks. Just a terrible thing. And can you imagine the families of the ones they've not been able to recover? It's got to be the most painful thing that you can imagine. Okay. Well, yes, ma'am, it sure is, Aunt Mary. Thank you so much. You got it. All right. Well, that's all I've got tonight. I know it's kind of an abbreviated version, folks, but I sure appreciate you guys tuning in. And as I've often mentioned, here's a couple of my disclaimers. This is therapeutic for me. I hope that it's good that we talk about these things and that we talk about Zane and we talk about other related things. And I hope just talking about these things and the awareness is helpful somehow, some way. But even if it's not, it's helpful to me. And it has been since I started it. And the other is, the other disclaimer I like to throw out there every now and then is that, hey, listen, everybody has lost loved ones. And we're not the only ones to lose loved ones. We're not the only ones to lose children. And we don't think our loss is any greater than yours. That's for sure. Um, and it So don't ever think that we think our loss is worse than yours. I just have a loud mouth, and this is the way I've decided to vent. But I know everybody's loss is terrible. And the other thing is, we started doing this for Zane, and um, we don't, we don't, am I still sharing? No. There we go. Stop. There we go. Okay. Um, we don't love Zane any more than any of the other kids, or we don't love the other kids any less than Zane, if that makes sense. So we love all of them equally. Um, but Zane's loss, considering the circumstances and his service, led us down a particular path to talk about related things. And anyway, I always feel good when I say those two things out loud. So, but I appreciate you all. I hope you have a fantastic week. Back to work for me in the morning, and another busy week. I've got a new class of students that they're beginning their fourth week, I think, this week, and very high touch with them, 4 or so hours a day, and it takes up quite a bit of time and a lot of preparation. But I'm having the time of my life doing it, and when you wake up in the morning excited about the day ahead of you, it's a good thing. So, and I am. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you all, and we will see you again next Sunday night for the next edition of Speaking of Zane. Have a great week, everybody. God bless you.